What's going on, guys? Welcome to episode 4. Today, it might not feel like you have any control over your life. And if you feel that way, there's a chance that it's true. In reality, and I want to give you guys all the confidence in the world that control over your life is possible, but it's going to start with small steps. Everything in your life is based on a series of decisions that you make moment to moment. And guys, I can tell you right now, you are pressurized. Life is difficult and it's squeezing you from many different angles. That being said, I want to break this episode down by telling you how you can exact a little bit of control over your life, inch by inch, day by day. None of us will have full control over our life, but there is one universal truth. We have absolute control over how we handle every situation that comes our way. That is the essence of Stoicism or Stoic philosophy, something that's been near and dear to my heart for much longer than I actually realized, ever since my mom made me memorize the poem If by Rudyard Kipling. If you have the time after this video, definitely check that out. It's not a part of ancient Stoicism, but it is a part of English Stoicism, and it's a beautiful poem. Every stanza in that poem has a lesson for life packed into it. There's a little bit of irony in this episode because one of the things I want to tell you is, if you're my typical viewer, you are frustrated with your life, and it's going to help you to step away from the phone whenever possible, more than you realize. But watch this episode first. Okay, so how do we actually start taking control? First and foremost, the best thing to do when you feel like your life is out of whack is to take down a piece of paper and write out a list of things that you want to improve in your life. We all have them, myself included. I am not perfect. Some great goals to write down. They don't need to be big, buy a Lamborghini, buy a house, but they could be something as simple as losing weight, quitting your vaping, hit the gym, save money, earn more, wake up earlier, go to bed earlier, use the phone less, find a hobby, spend time with your girlfriend or boyfriend. Little things that you can do, and some of the big things. And I think where people go wrong is they try to set New Year's resolutions. As we're filming this episode, it's the beginning of November. We have about 2 months left of the year. Pretty soon, everybody's going to talk about their New Year's resolutions. Stop. Resolutions suck. They're cap. You're going to bite off more than you can chew. Start instead with this list where you write down the things you want to tackle and pick one item. And don't go all in on it. Where people go wrong is January 1st rolls around. I see this every year at the gym, as if you can tell. I work out every year at the gym in January. It's packed. It's a madhouse. I can't use any equipment. I can't find a parking space. And by February, it's back to normal business. And that's because at the end of every year, somebody sits down and goes, hey, I'm tired of being fat. I want to get into shape. I want to have a six pack. So I'm going to get a gym membership. They go, they get the gym membership. They go for a week. And after that, they pay for the rest of the year because they just don't show up. That's why Planet Fitness offers free pizza. So when you've written down your goals, pick one and start slow. And if it is the gym, I can definitely attest to this. When I first started working out 15 years ago, I started off by working out 3 days a week. I didn't even know what I was doing. I didn't use exercise plans or routines. I didn't know how to use half the equipment. And I certainly hit more than one body part in each workout. But it started the ball rolling in the right direction. It gave me motivation. It made me feel a sense of accomplishment that I was able to pour into the next task. Even for the list that I'm telling you right now, you could write down things like fold the laundry. Let's get practical. What's one thing that you can change today? If you're watching this on your phone right now, I guarantee you can cut your phone consumption down by 25%. That's an immediate change that you could start with today. That's definitely going to help your mind out. My best friend and I, we talk about this. When we wake up in the morning, we take our phones, we move them away from ourselves so that we don't start our day off with social media. If your algorithm looks anything like mine, you're being fed war, famine, politics, all the stuff that's going to stress you out. That is a shit way to start your day. So my personal suggestion to you is start small, but start with something practical. We could all benefit from less phone use. Just watch my videos. We talked about the list. When you start to write off or cross off items on that list that you've taken care of, like your to-do list for the chores around the house, it's going to give you a little bit of energy and a little bit of a dopamine release. There's actually a site that I'm going to share with you guys. It's sourced below, where we talk about why scientifically your brain feels better after you accomplish something. That puts some gas in your tank. When you have gas in your tank, you can go to the next destination. And a person who becomes truly disciplined didn't change overnight unless they hit their rock bottom. So if you're not watching this video today at your rock bottom point, which is okay, I don't want you to hit rock bottom, then you need to know you can climb out from where you're at, even if it's not the bottom, step by step. You don't slide up a hill. You take steps, you climb, and you make it gradual, and you don't overwhelm yourself. So stop with the New Year's resolutions. Start with the list and start crossing them off. Let your body experience some dopamine. You heard it takes 21 days to form a habit. That's false. The study below here actually breaks down that it might take anywhere from 4 weeks to 6 weeks to form that habit that you're looking for. So when you do take one of those items that you've decided will improve and enhance the quality of your life, give it some time. 3 days a week can become 4 days a week in the gym. 4 days a week can become 5 days a week in the gym. And now you've set yourself a habit after you've been doing it for 6 or 7 weeks. And the beautiful part about it is that you're probably not going to see results until you're at least 4 or 5 weeks in, unless you're taking anabolic steroids or some sort of peptide that reduces your weight. But if you're short on money right now, your neighborhood gym is probably a great place to start. You can start with the sidewalk by going for a run, doing push-ups, pull-ups, whatever you can do. But you got to start somewhere and you got to start small. A lot of people right now are overwhelmed because pretty much every aspect of life is taking a slice of the pie. You have a phone that takes up too much of your time. You have a job that takes up 8 hours of your day with work that's not very inspiring. You don't know how to cook, so you eat out every single day and it's draining your bank account. You vape, you smoke weed, you drink alcohol. This channel is not here to tell you that you can't live life and you can't enjoy yourself. If there's anything I can tell you, it's that I've had my time on the block with different substances, and I think everything has a time and a place. Most things, maybe not crack. I do think that balance and moderation are extremely important for you guys. You just have to make sure that it's not something like a monkey on your back picking the food out of your hand before you can even eat it. And that's what's happening to us all right now. We're not making enough money and the entire world is vying for our attention. Our phones are advertising to us constantly. Our bosses talk down to us. We don't make enough money. We don't see a bright future ahead, but you can. For me, the thing that changed everything was fitness. And I think that honestly, it's the answer for a lot more people than we realize. I think if you took your health into your own hands and started to exercise or play a sport or a hobby, you would find that it translates into almost every avenue of your life. Fitness for me made me a better student. It made me a better boyfriend. It made me a better leader. It made me a better employee, everything. But I had to start somewhere. And for me, when I was lost, that was where I decided to start. Now, it could be journaling for you, and it could be taking walks in the morning and getting away from your phone. But whatever it is, I'm here for it. I want to see you guys succeed. You're not lazy. You're just stuck in a system that you built by accident. And remember, that system was built on purpose. So like I mentioned to you before, all those items that are taking little bits of your time and attention, those are structures that were basically incentivized to do what they're doing to you right now. And you stumbled your way into them. So please do not be overly critical of yourself. You do need to look in the mirror, but you need to be a friend to yourself, your internal dialogue. What does that voice tell you inside of your head? Does it talk to you like the friend you would be for your friends? Or do you beat yourself up in your mind? A lot of us are in the pattern of talking down to ourselves in our brains. It's something that happened to us when we were a child, or it's just where our self-worth is currently situated. We think that's what we deserve. But I'm here to tell you right now, what you deserve is accountability, but you deserve a friend, and you have to start by being a friend to yourself. So please do not overstack where you're at in life and say, I'm a piece of crap because I do all the wrong things in life. Understand that you've acknowledged that. You see that you're doing the wrong things, and then take it upon yourself to change them one at a time. Unfortunately, with the era of social media, we all see that there's kids driving Lamborghinis and with $10 million stock portfolios, and they're 22 years old. But the reality of the matter is that you don't actually know if that's their product of hard work. Is it a product of luck? Is it ill-gotten gains, which is basically when you didn't earn it in life? Is it all for show? Somebody else's wealth that they're flaunting on social media to you is likely their insecurity projected through the screen. They're probably doing all those things because they feel hollow and empty inside. And I've met a lot of fulfilled people that don't have a lot of money, and a lot of unfulfilled people that have more money than you would believe. So I would rather be the first one, somebody who's fulfilled with not too much money, but financial security. And this channel is entirely geared towards helping you guys get there. Everything starts small. And if you see these 20-year-old kids right now riding around in Lamborghinis and you're 19 or 25 or 30, it's easy to feel like you're a loser, but you're not a loser. Everybody starts off in the race of life in a different starting position, and you can change the trajectory of how that race is going to be run any day now, but it's not overnight. You want it to be overnight, but I promise you, if you did have it overnight, it wouldn't feel good. And life is a lot like a video game. This is the best analogy for life. When you play Grand Theft Auto and you have all the cheat codes, right? You're now invincible. You have every gun in your inventory. You have all the money in the world. You go around and you play the game and you blow things up and you do everything and it's easy, and you have the cops chasing you with helicopters and tanks. And you do that for a little while, but because you're invincible and you have unlimited ammo and you have unlimited money, you get bored. Actually, if you never introduced the cheat codes into the game at all, you'll play the storyline, you'll play the multiplayer. It's a lot of fun. You get a sense of accomplishment by obtaining wealth and riches in the game. That's life. Every person I've ever met who has a ton of money but didn't have to work to get it has an emptiness inside because they're at the peak of a mountain someone else won't be able to attain that they they didn't have to climb to. I don't want that for any of you guys. What I want for all of you, and I know you're experiencing it right now, is great challenge, and I want you to find the internal strength to overcome that challenge, because who you will be at the end of that road is an amazing human being and a contribution to society. I don't want anybody to have a quick get rich quick scheme. That's not what life is about, and it's certainly not about putting the cheat codes on. So don't wish for them. Understand that by wishing for the cheat codes and for wishing for an easier life, you're wishing for emptiness and unfulfilled desires and hedonism. Half of what's wrong with the world right now is when you see the politicians and you see the billionaire empire builders, and you're like, why are they into this sick thing? Why are they addicted to drugs? Why is there scandal and conspiracy theories in Hollywood right now? It's because people are chasing big green button of dopamine in their life. And after a while, when you sleep with the most beautiful women in the world, right? That feels good only for a short period of time. Now you need 2, now you need 3, now you want them younger, now you want them like this. And so it becomes this depraved road of crap. And we wonder, why does it happen to our rich and powerful? Because inside they're empty. Ill-gotten gains is going to leave you hollow at the end of the day. There's a difference between motivation and discipline, and I'm going to tell you exactly what it is. Motivation is the thing that gets my lazy ass off the couch to fold the laundry. Discipline is when the laundry is dry and I bring it to the couch area and I fold the laundry right away. Do you understand the difference? Motivation is that little burst of energy you get December 31st, thinking about your New Year's resolution that gets you to sign up at the gym. Discipline is what keeps you going. Discipline is all you're ever going to look for in life. You either have it or you don't. Motivation is not going to come and find you. It's not going to save you. And you're not going to get anywhere you want to go in life without discipline. But motivation is going to come and go as it please. I am not the epitome of discipline. My house is a mess. My office, which you can't see here, is covered with 50 million tasks. But what prevents me from beating myself up is knowing that in other areas of my life, I am disciplined. I try to be disciplined in the way that I treat people with fairness and love. I try to give people my undivided attention when they come and they need help. And I try to take care of my health and my mind and my body and not overspend my money. I like who I am as a person, but it's taken a really long time to get there. And it wasn't until I was almost 30 years old that my internal dialogue was healthy. It used to be toxic. And I used to talk to myself like an enemy, not like the friend that I knew I would be for somebody else in someone else's shoes. As always, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, a topic you want to discuss, drop it in the comment below, and I'd love it if you subscribe. Thanks for tuning in.